then people will know who you are. I'm sure some of them already know who you are, but they may not necessarily know that you're an RCI thinking about Catholicism necessarily. Okay. Any questions or concerns about that? Right. Okay. Let me briefly mention the other rites. That's coming fast on the first Sunday of Lent. It'll actually be two. The first one will happen here at St. Agnes. It's called the Rite of Sending. Because at that point we are sending you to the bishop. Remember, he's the guy. He's the one who's got the fullness of the holy orders. Alright? Okay? And so the parish as a community who has welcomed you and affirmed you will now be sending you to the bishop. And so then that afternoon, that Sunday afternoon, we will have to carpool and whatnot to get ourselves to the cathedral. And I have to look for sure. It's usually like 2 in the afternoon. So we will drive there, and we'll have some seats reserved for us. And it won't be all parishes in the diocese because they can't all fit in the cathedral at the same time, so they have to have this ceremony more at once. But there'll be a number of other parishes from around the diocese, and there'll be people just like you who've been doing the same thing, and they'll be there with their sponsors. And those of you who are not baptized, you'll be called forward to go up and meet the bishop, and then you sign your name in a little book. And at that point, you become officially what's called one of the elect. If you're already baptized, you don't do that. But you still go forward and meet the bishop. And he officially receives you in his power and authority that only he has. In the name of Christ and the church. Okay? So reserve that date, if you will. 5th of February.
March.
I'm sorry, March, yes. It'll be a little late. 5th of March.
Yeah. St. Stephen's.
Did you name which day you want to be?
I'm sorry?
Did you say which date you're going to be with the sponsors?
Next week.
Oh, on Thursday?
Yes.
So is that sponsors only that week?
I'm sorry?
Is it sponsors only that week? Or is it
No, we'll have regular.
Regular classes.
Yeah, just at the end, we'll have a little, because it only takes a few minutes. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to mention, talk about, and hopefully prompt you to think about, although you may be already, hopefully so. If you think back, way back to the beginning of this whole deal, the very first night that we met, I talked about our RCIA process and all of that. You know, we've been going at this now for, well, several months, okay? And you may recall, although probably not, that one of the things that I said that night was that above everything else, above learning about the faith, the knowledge part, even above being welcomed into the community, more than anything else, this is a spiritual thing. It is a spiritual process. So over these last months, it's you know, we're getting to a point where it would be really good, if you're not doing it already, to be asking yourself some very honest questions and making some very honest observations about yourself. and about your relationship with Christ? Have you seen a change? Do you think that you have grown? Do you think that you have become more committed to Him, to serving Him, to this faith, to living this faith? Because remember, I said this along the way too, more than anything else, what Catholicism is a way of life. Too often, we think of it as a set of rules, or we think of it as some kind of intellectual stuff that I got to think. Well, that's a piece of the puzzle here, but by far the smaller part. It's a way of life. It's what it's supposed to be. And remember, too, the central question. The best reason to come into the Catholic Church is not for someone else, not for your spouse, not for your kids, not for your parents, or anybody else. The only really good reason I know of is because you believe God is calling you to. That's the reason. Because all other reasons tend to fade in time. But God doesn't. God doesn't fade. He doesn't change. So those are some little more serious questions. But there's questions that need to be asked, that you need to ask yourself. You know, do I sense a calling for this? To be part of this? To live this? You know, why am I really doing this? Why am I here? You've obviously made a commitment because you come here and there's, you know, most of you seem to be making a commitment to coming to Sunday Mass, you know, and that's a good thing to think about too, because when you're Catholic, you're going to have to do this every single Sunday for the rest of your life. This is a commitment you're making here. It's a serious commitment. And if that doesn't seem, if you're not drawn at least a little at this point to the Eucharist and to doing that, you know, I want to pause and think about this. You don't have to be all in at this point necessarily, but something ought to be happening. Something ought to be happening. So periodically, I like to go back and touch that stone, you know, because that's really the foundation stone. I ain't got any blood. Yeah. Think about those things. Pray about those things. Pray about those things. Any comments about any of that? Or questions? Well, just broadly speaking, have you seen a change in yourself? You don't have to just nod your head or shake it. See a couple of nods anyway.